right.
2024, hello. Hello. Okay.
Hey, girls.
Kidding season, it's really a magical time. I mean, it's new life and sweet little darling babies. Cherry, stop. But it's also a little crazy because it's totally unpredictable. We're always hoping that the kiddings will take place at a nice time, preferably during the day, preferably after we've had coffee and some breakfast. But that's not often the case.
Hey, what's going on in here, huh? Yeah, I hear a baby. Oh, I do. Oh, hello. Two. Oh, look at you guys. Hi. All right, Mama. Let's get you into your own spot, hey?
Our first doe to kid this year was Olive. Olive has a tendency to sort of not give us a lot of warning when she's close to kidding and then suddenly have kids on the ground where we tend to miss the entire labor. So true to form, this year was no exception, and she hauled us out of bed.
All right, we gotta get, it was probably easier if we moved the babies first, hey? Do you wanna grab them?
Should I get them first and then some straw first, or should I just grab them?
I'd grab them. There's a pen set up already.
There's straw.
Here
There we go.
All right, guys. All right. There we go.
We do actually have ways of knowing and having a pretty good idea of when a doe is going to kid. We can usually tell within sort of a 12-hour window of when they're going to be kidding. So usually we can have them monitored and sort of be waiting on our doe to kid.
Right.
This one's definitely number one.
It's a boy.
The black one's gonna be a
And a boy.
boy.
No
This
different.
one's a bit smaller. Two boys.
All right, forget Olive. She's probably worried.
One of the things we're watching are the ligaments on either side of her tail. So on either side of her tail bed, sort of at the end of the spine, there are two cords, two ligaments that are fairly hard feeling. And as she gets closer to labor, those ligaments soften to the point of when they seem like they're gone, and we say that her legs are gone. That's a really good indicator that a doe will be kidding within the next 12 hours. And another thing we can watch for is simply a filled udder. When that udder has actually filled and become quite taut and full, it's also a good indication that kidding will be happening in a few hours or within the day. And so we do monitor our does, and when we know that we have a kidding coming up, what we like to do is to separate that doe and put her in her own little kidding pen where we have video camera monitoring and we can actually be watching her around the clock.
Yeah?
Well, it's up to you.
I'm just not sure if we do. Sometimes it's like counterintuitive, right? It makes them weak.
Yeah.
A straw, that's the thing. Should I get some straw down?
Yeah, straw's good. It's better than this. It'll be warmer. There you go, honey.
But Olive was sneaky again this year and caught us by surprise. Thankfully, we had the barn already set up, and thankfully, she's a strong kidder. She seems to do it all without any help, and she has really good instincts as a mom.
That's definitely number one.
Yeah.
So you can see there's hay on the floor in the pen. That's not necessarily there intentionally. It's just spilled hay that we thought we'd make use of. But what we really want is a warm bedding for the babies, especially in these cold spring nights. We're kidding in early spring. There's still frost at night. And so we're wanting something warmer. So what we really like is straw. Straw, true to its name, is hollow. And so it actually creates air pocketing as it's layered upon itself, and it's nice and warm for the kids.
More.
You can see Olive is licking her kids a lot. She's licking them clean, and that's a good sign of a good instinct with her. It's important for the babies because it's helping them to dry off and warm up, but it's also really important. We want to allow our does to clean their babies off because it's a really important part of the bonding process for the does as well.
Good lungs. Good healthy.
So we're trying not to get too involved because we really want our does to be creating at this stage a nice, strong bond with their babies.
I can go get the molasses.
It's amazing, actually. Healthy kids start to stand pretty quickly, almost immediately after they are born. They start out pretty wobbly and they'll fall over a lot, but pretty much as soon as they're starting to get up on their feet, they're already starting to look for some milk. They tend to seem to know that that has something to do with their mama, and they start trying to nurse. They know the milk is there somewhere. Every kid has its own unique voice that its mom will come to recognize it by. It's pretty amazing when we group all of our does later and the kids are a bit older and we have them grouped together, how quickly they can sort each other out when they're in a big jumble.
Baby strong.
Yeah. About 5 pounds.
4 pounds. 10 ounces.
So after a doe has kidded and we know she's healthy, she's recovering well, she's doing just fine, we're turning our attention really quickly to the kids, and that's a huge reason why we want to be available for the kidding. Has to do with the kids once they're on the ground. And sometimes that's happening simultaneously. While a doe is kidding, we're helping her first babies while she's still busy in labor with the next ones. Welcome to the world, noisy thing. So there are a few things we're wanting to do pretty quickly. We're wanting to record their birth date and time, how many kids, whether they were bucks and does, and their birth weight. We like to just have the birth rate on our records, but it's also useful information if a kid doesn't seem to be doing as well or nursing as strongly. We can refer to the birth weight and just make sure it's gaining enough weight. If we need to step in and bottle feed or supplement feed, it's information we need to know in order to figure out how much milk that they should be getting. And we also do a navel dip with iodine on their umbilical cord, and that is to help to prevent infection.
4 pounds, 3 ounces.
Okay.
Or
A
3.
little bit smaller.
Still very good.
Hi. Hello. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And one of the most important things is that we want to see that the kids have nursed. If the kids are strong and healthy and they're with an experienced mom like Olive, we might not stick around to watch. We might just come back later once the kids have gotten a bit stronger and they're ready to really latch. We might come back later and check, but that's something we really like to know.
You gotta go find your mom. There you go.
I rest a lot easier if I know that the kids have had that initial feed. That initial feed is super important for them. And they're getting the colostrum from their mom with all of the antibodies and important ingredients to give them a really healthy start.
It's okay, honey.
Feel a little bit scared with all those things.
Mm-hmm. Big brother is on there.
No, big brother's not now.
Come on, little brother.
Newborn babies will tend to have lots of small drinks, lots of short little nursing sessions for a while, and then they tend to go for a bunch of big naps.
All right, well, what do we say? What do we say about the very first kitting of 2024? We weren't there.
We weren't there yet. Beautiful.
We weren't there. Olive.
Easy. 2 babies, fairly easy. Yeah, this is how it should be.
This is how Olive always is. She's sneaky. Yeah, good girl, Mama.
Well, tongue's all orange.
Hi.
We don't keep many of our buck kids for obvious reasons. We just don't have room or a need to be having a whole bunch of breeding males. So we weather most of our bucklings and we find them great homes as pets. Olive's boys actually found a really great home basically just down the street from us at Haven Acres Homestead and Microgreens Farm. They had a few kids from us from a couple years ago and they wanted to add a couple more bundles of joy and bounciness to their herds. We're thrilled when our goat customers come back and we know our kids are going to a great long-lasting home with a lot of experience. So if you want to see how Olive's bucklings are doing, you can check out Haven Acres Homestead on Instagram.
Hi, Mama. Oh, good girl. All right. You snuck that one on us. You got gloves? Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hi, sweetie.
Like a girl.
Girl. Oh, hello.
Pretty little thing.
Okay.